The nocebo effect. There's a strange kind of harm that doesn't come from injury, disease, or danger. It comes from expectation, from what you are told, from what you believe will happen, from what your mind prepares your body for, long before anything actually does. This is the nocebo effect. 1. When expectation becomes harm. The nocebo effect is the dark mirror of the placebo, where belief can heal. Belief can also hurt. A person is told a treatment may cause pain, and pain appears. A diagnosis is framed negatively, and symptoms intensify. A warning is repeated, and the body responds as if the threat is already real. Nothing physical has changed, but the experience has, because the brain does not wait for reality. It anticipates it. 2. Why the brain takes warnings seriously. The human brain evolved to survive, not to be objective. It treats negative information as urgent, protective, life-preserving. From an evolutionary perspective, expecting harm was safer than ignoring it. If danger might happen, prepare for it. But in modern life, this survival mechanism misfires. Warnings become predictions. Predictions become sensations. And sensations become symptoms. 3. How words enter the body. One of the most unsettling aspects of the nocebo effect is how deeply language penetrates the body. A sentence can raise heart rate. A suggestion can tighten muscles. A warning can trigger nausea, pain, or panic. The body listens to the mind, as if it were an authority. And when the mind believes harm is coming, the nervous system complies. Stress hormones activate. Pain sensitivity increases. Attention narrows. The body prepares to suffer. 4. Expectation as a self-fulfilling cycle. Once the nocebo effect begins, it feeds itself. A sensation appears. The person notices it. Concern grows. Attention intensifies. The mind asks, is something wrong? And in asking, it amplifies the signal. What might have passed unnoticed becomes central, persistent, convincing. The expectation of harm creates evidence of harm. 5. Medicine, authority, and the nocebo. The nocebo effect becomes especially powerful when information comes from authority. Doctors, experts, institutions. A side effect list, even when statistically rare, can dominate attention. A poorly framed diagnosis can worsen outcomes, not because professionals intend harm, but because authority magnifies belief. The mind assumes, if they warn me, it must be serious, and the body responds accordingly. 6. Fear, media, and anticipated suffering. Beyond medicine, the nocebo effect thrives in culture. Headlines, alarming language, repetition of worst-case scenarios. The more often harm is described, the more familiar it becomes. The more familiar it becomes, the more real it feels. Fear does not need to be accurate to be effective. It only needs to be believed. 7. The moral dimension of nocebo. The nocebo effect raises an ethical question. What responsibility do we carry for the expectations we create in others? How we frame information matters. How we speak matters. How often we repeat harm matters. Because words are not neutral. They shape perception, and perception shapes experience. Careless warnings can injure. Alarmist narratives can weaken. Negativity can become physiological. 8. Who is most vulnerable? The nocebo effect does not affect everyone equally. It is stronger in people with high anxiety, those who trust authority deeply, individuals already under stress, environments saturated with fear. This is not weakness. It is sensitivity, and sensitivity without care becomes a liability. 9. Interrupting the nocebo loop. The nocebo effect cannot be eliminated entirely, but it can be softened. Awareness is the first step. Ask, what am I expecting right now? Where did this belief come from? Is this a fact or a fear? Reframing matters. Context matters. Balance matters. Hope is not denial. It is regulation. 10. Responsibility in expectation. The nocebo effect reveals a quiet truth. The mind is powerful, but not always kind. Expectation can heal, Expectation can harm, and responsibility begins when we recognize that what we anticipate shapes what we experience. This is Ethiax, where psychology meets responsibility, and responsibility begins when we choose our words, our warnings, and our beliefs with care.